We are now here to explain a very beautiful and ancient custom, which is very common by the Moroccan Jews, but not only Moroccan Jews, but indeed all the Jews that come from the Maghreb, which includes Tunisian and Libyan Jewry. But as we'll see in the following words, that this custom is going back to even to Turkey. The entire Turkish Empire had this custom. As we know, the Jews spoke Ladino in many countries throughout the Ottoman Empire. And the custom is as follows. That custom is called Bibilu. And that is a beautiful custom, but everybody starts before we start the Hagada, after they break the matzah, yachatz. And this custom draws a lot of attention from the kids, from entire crowd sitting at the table. They give this honor somebody at the table to pick up the kara with all the matzahs and all the morer, charoises and karpa, everything on it, and they take the actual kara and they go around bagodel heichel, bagodel kilo. They go by age, and they do like 3 rounds above each head, each person sitting at the table, and people usually smile and laugh and say these comments, and 3 times, and everybody sings Bibilu Yatzanu Mitzrayim, Bibilu Yatzanu, different melodies. That goes on for 15-20 minutes, depending how many people attended seder. When I saw that the first time, I didn't know what it means. I didn't know. I asked people, didn't know what's the reason for that custom. It's a custom. That's what I thought. And then I saw the great rabbi, was chief rabbi in Turkey, and Chacham Bashi, Av Bedin, Izmir, Reb Pelaji. He lived 150 years ago. He has one sefer, he has many svorim, he ordered many svorim. One is called Chaim LaRoche, and in that sefer he writes as follows. There is a Mizmor in Tehillim, chapter 26. Chapter 26, indeed, is a very important chapter. Now we're not going to explain the entire chapter, just one verse, but important to emphasize that that chapter is when David HaMelech was debating with Hashem and begging Hashem, why did they say Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov, and they don't say Elokei David? And Hashem answered, they were tested and you were not tested. And David says, B'chaneni Hashem b'naseini tzorfa kil yosei b'libi. Go ahead and test me. That's what David HaMelech said. And that's in chapter 26 in the Psalms. In the middle of that chapter he says, Erechaz b'nei kohen kapoi, I'll wash my hands cleanliness, and vasoivavos mizbachacho Hashem. And then I'll make circles, I'll do a kofis, I'll go around your altar, Hashem. And it's not understood, where do we find that David HaMelech would do a kofis around the altar in the temple? The Chaim Pelaji says that this posuk, at least as a remes, Al Pi HaKabbalah, the importance of this custom that is called Bibilu, what we just described. They take the kara, pick her up, and go around each and every person above his head, and we do circles around them with the kara. So we see from there that Reb Chaim Pelaji already, he knew he had this custom, and it was an ancient custom. He explains that the kara contains the Esser Spheres, because the kara, as we know, need 3 matzahs, and the Esser Spheres is mentioned in Sefer Yetzirah. But the Esser Spheres are divided in 2 categories. Sholosh Rishonos, which is 3 moichin, because Baruch Hu, he manifested from himself 3 moichin, levels of intelligence, Keser Chochmah Binah, or according to others, Chochmah Binah V'das, and that represents the 3 matzahs. Then we have 6 different kinds of food. We have the zroa, the right side, and we have to make kavanah and also halacha even though the Shulchan Aruch says Yeshulchano Aruch Mibod Yom, it's better to prepare the whole seder table Erev Yontif in a regular year. This year Erev Yontif is Shabbos, so we can't prepare the table. So it's recommended to prepare the table for the seder on Friday, because Shabbos we cannot do that because there's a din of achona, and to wait at night till Shabbos is out and start preparing the table in the way that people like to decorate the table, and it's a mitzvah to take out silverware or nice things, kelim noim, takes time. There's a mitzvah lemaher lekadish. Therefore, if a person has a separate table where to eat the Shabbos meal, it's highly recommended to prepare the table, the main table for the seder on Friday, but not the kara. The kara should never be prepared before Yontif. Only at night, when you come back from shul, is a mitzvah to prepare the kara. Why? Because the importance of the Esser Spheres, the way they are revealed that night of Pesach, the same way Hashem revealed Himself the first night of Yetziat Mitzrayim, is highly, highly divine, and therefore it's sensitive, and the whole effect is only when we do it at night before Kiddush. And therefore we have to have that kavanah when we set it up, that the Zroa represents Chesed, the Ahava, Chesed Kel Kol Hayoim, the fact that Zroa HaNetuyo, and Hashem extended His Zroa, Chosav Hashem Zroa Kotshoi, Hashem extended the Zroa Chazokah, which is the Chesed, and through that Chesed Hashem revealed and redeemed Am Yisrael from Egypt. But that represents the Zroa. We have to put it first. We always have to start with Chesed. But we need a balance, therefore there is a Beitzah, and we put it on the left side, which represents Gevurah. And then in the middle, the bottom, is Morer, which according to the Kabbalah is very, very important to have a Kavanah. The Kavanah is Morer B'Gematria Movis. That goes back to the Chet Eitz Hadas, which brought about in the world Movis, because Adam Rishon was supposed to live forever, but because of the Chet, that's what he brought to the world. And Am Yisrael, when they were in Mitzrayim, were experiencing this pain. All of that was for Bimesakin the Chet of Adam Rishon. And therefore, we Yizaku ben Yisrael Hashem. And that is the Kavanah, according to the Kabbalah, the importance of the motor to be Misakin, that we feel Merirus, and through that mitzvah, we are Misakin that. So that's called Tiferet. And then we put on the right side, in the bottom, Charoseh represents Netzach, and the left side, the Karpa represents Hod, and the bottom is Chazeres, which is eaten for Koirach, which is the completion of all, which is considered called Yesod. And that is the entire, all the spheres come together in Yesod, and therefore in the Posuk in Divrei Hayom, which you mentioned by Baruch David, L'chol Hashem Magdula V'Gvura V'Tferes V'Netzach V'Hod, Kechol B'Shamayim V'Oretz. Kechol B'Shamayim V'Oretz goes on Yesod, and then it says L'chol Hashem HaMamlocha. So therefore we have to have Kavanah, but we put this, the Koirach is actually, Koirach Matzeh Morer, Pesach Matzeh Morer is the maximum of the Tikkun, Apia Kabbalah. And the Kair itself has to be a Kelech HaShuvo, if it's possible to have a silver or other materials important, something important that constitutes Malchus. We pick up that, all of this together, and we go around everybody's head, over the head. The idea is, according to the Chaim Pilagi, to bring about and to bring down and to have Shefa, light and bracha and blessings through the Esser Spheres for each and every individual at the Seder table. And he's saying that's what it means. Vasoivevo mizbachacho Hashem, mizbachacho Rosh Tevos, Mem is Matzah Morer, Zayin is Roya, and the base is Beitzo, and then Ches is Charoises, and the Kov is Karpas. So we have all the minim, Charoises and Chazeres, both of them are Ches. We have all the minim on the Kaira, And that's Vasoiv was Mizbachacho. And circling all the minim on the kaira above each and every Jew, every individual by the seder. So everybody should have kavanah in mind to receive those blessings from the kaira, from the Esser Sfiras. And therefore we can understand the beginning of the pasuk, Echaz b'nei kohen kapoi, that we wash before the karpas, so we are cleanse ourselves also in tahara and kedusha to be able to bring about this great moment of Bibilu. And therefore this is a very ancient tradition. I very highly recommend people to take it serious, and somebody, the father and the family, to explain the purpose and the meaning of that custom. May we all merit to have a chag kosher v'sameach, a kol beis Yisrael.